and family. I am so excited to come on here with you guys today and talk to you about this amazing topic because it's one of my fave. As some of you guys know, I have been doing social media for a very long time, like 6+ years. And when I first started, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I'm going to come on here and I want to talk about that a little bit because I think sometimes people get this idea that you have to know everything. You have to know everything, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z in order to know how to build a successful business on social media. But I'm going to share with you guys what it really takes to start building yourself here on social media so that some of you guys can see it from my personal experience. So before I get into that, I'm going to share with you guys some personal details that some of you guys may or may not know. So one of the things that I really wanted to talk about was I didn't have all the answers when I first started on social media. I barely knew what I was doing. I just kind of just showed up, listened to people. I attended a lot of trainings. I attended like a lot of coaching sessions, and I just listened to a lot of mentors and a lot of people talk to me about what to do on social media. And I just kept listening. And one of the biggest things that I first did when I first started, I was imperfect, guys. I posted myself without makeup. I posted myself in my pajamas. Sometimes I was saying things that I didn't even know what they meant or whether or not it was true or not. But everyone else was saying that it was true, so therefore I followed in their footsteps. So I took what everyone else was just kind of telling me and saying to me, and then I started just sharing it on social media, right? So at the first, I didn't know how to really go live. I didn't know how to go and post in Facebook or do reels now. Like, I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. And I think what some of us forget is that a lot of us, when we get into this, we really don't know what we're doing at the beginning. We're just kind of learning through someone else's experience or following someone else's lead and then kind of figuring out how it plays for ourselves. So at first, I kind of just copied and pasted my own version, right? And copy and paste people's posts. But I kind of copied the way they talked or the way they wrote things, and then I kind of just pasted it on. And then I just kept listening. I kept listening. And there was things that I realized that worked and things that didn't work, right? So what was game changer for me when I came onto social media? What was game changer for me was when someone taught me how to actually grow a business on social media, how to actually do the things that you need to do in order to generate growth and results. But I want you to know, is it possible for you to build a successful business on social media without experience? And the answer is yes, it is. And the reason why the answer is yes is because actually a lot of people at the very beginning who don't know what they're doing are the ones that equivalent to the more success. They literally equal more success in their business. And the reason why is because they start fresh. The motivation is there, the inspiration is there, and they just kind of are learning so many new things and then they're applying it into their businesses. But yeah, you can totally build a successful business on social media and not know what to do at the beginning. But the more you do it and the more you show up and the more you learn about marketing skills, about social media content, about, how to write specific things on your social media platform, like posts and stuff that really grab people's attention. Once you learn those things, it starts to become a lot easier for you. But one of the biggest things that I like to do is I like to tell people just to be yourself 100%. It's so important to be yourself, okay? And you're taking people on your social media platform, you're taking them with you for a ride, for a journey to tell your story. So at first, when I first started, my stuff was very sales pitchy. It was very to the point where it was like, hey, I'm looking for 10 people who want to lose weight and comment below, and I'm going to help you lose like 20, 30 pounds. But I couldn't guarantee that, right? So I was creating content that was very spammy all the time, talking about the products all the time, talking about what the products do all the time on every single post. That's how I started off. And then I started to get more creative. I started to step outside the lines and I started to learn what people really want and looking for on social media. So then I started following that tactic. I hope you guys can hear me okay because my microphone was like all the way over there. So you don't have to come on here and know everything, because the beautiful thing about building a social media business is that you get to do it on your own terms, and you get to do it your own way, and you get to build it differently from what everyone else is doing. I know for a fact that I'm doing a lot of things differently than what everyone else is doing, but I prefer it that way because I believe that creativity is super important to your becoming your special version of yourself, to become that special version of yourself on social media where you're just authentic yourself, you're confident, and you just love what you're saying and you love what you're doing because you're allowed to just be yourself and let your creative flow go through, right? And I kind of just got to a point where I stopped caring so much about whether or not someone liked what I was talking about or didn't talk about. And then I just kind of kept learning how to be more open, more vulnerable, right, to my audience, to sharing my personal experiences. And that's still something that I have to work on every single day because you're really trying to share yourself through the lens, through the eyes of a cell phone, through the eyes of a computer, right? So people can actually get to know you, so they know that whatever you are trying to promote or sell on social media, you are a real person who's going through real things, who experiences real things, right? So at first, it was a lot of trying to fake it till you make it kind of concept because I didn't want people to know the behind the scenes of my struggles, right? The PMDD health issues, the anxiety, the depression that I was dealing with, all of these things. And the health issues is like, I don't want that to be a part of my story. I don't want that to be a part of my story. So I just kind of held it back for so long, for as long as I possibly could until I came to a point where I couldn't hold it back anymore because it was my everyday. It was literally the concept of my social media platform for like the longest time. You know, recently I was upstairs in my room and I was like got dressed and everything because I just got done doing a Zumba workout. And one of the things that I said to myself, like, man, I have really been 100% like into focusing on my health. It's literally taken every aspect of my life. And I had to sit with that for a minute because I'm like, is this what I want to continue with my health journey? Because I'm in a really good place that I was so afraid to kind of like jump any further because I was like, oh my God, but what if? But what if I have a flare up? But what if this doesn't work and the medication I'm on stops working? Like, what do I do? What do I do? You know, do I jump? Do I sit back? Do I go all in? Like, what is it? Because I have done that so many times where I'm ready to go full force and then my illness would just like pull me back. It's like, you're not ready. I thought I was ready. It was sure it was a fake ready. It's like, you're not ready. So like it would pull me back. And I'm like, oh my God. And I get so frustrated with it too, because when someone like me who is like very dedicated dedicated and determined to accomplish things at a higher level than what you want to play at, because you're like, you just want to take the chains off. You're tired of sitting still, right? You're tired of the shit that's not working. You're tired of being held back. When you finally get those chains off and you fly, you're gonna fly, and you're just gonna go, and you're gonna say, okay, it's time to level things up, and I'm free, and I'm ready to do this. Like, it was really that next level mindset that I needed to really set myself out into this new pace, which I'm super stoked and excited. Normally, because I just had a flare up, I would have been out for like I would have been out for 2 weeks, and I was only gone for 2 days, and I was like, yes, victory, right? Victory is mine. So it felt really, really good because I've been focusing so much. But now it's like the chains feel like they're actually off. Does that make sense? So when you finally feel like the chains are off, then you just kind of like fly free. So building that successful business, and this is why I'm telling you guys the stories, because building without experience just kind of starts with you trying things until you get it, okay? Like, you may not know how to go live the first time. You may not know how to talk in front of the camera. You may not know what to say or who to talk to. You may not have the confidence, but through time and experience, you will be so amazing at it. And the more you do it, the better you will become at it. And so the only thing you could do from that point is move forward, but you can't go backwards, because once your body and your brain has learned how to do something, it starts to improve itself, okay? So I'm going to share this tip with you guys. I think it'd be so cool. But before I do, I'm going to take a drink. This is so good. Okay. I'm going to share this tip with you guys. One of the things that I did that was super important and crucial to coming on social media was at the very, very beginning, I was not afraid to look like a fool or mess up, because I kept hearing everyone talk about how this will get better. It'll get better. In time, you will be better. And eventually you will get to the point where you want to go. Just keep moving forward, keep moving forward. So I just kept hearing that in my head, just keep moving forward, keep moving forward, keep moving forward. So I did. I just kept moving forward, and I just kept pushing. I kept pushing to the point where I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is finally starting to get to where I have always envisioned it to be. Like, it's not even near close to what I've envisioned it, but it's finally in that right aspect, that right movement, right? That right direction for me to be able to say, okay, it's finally going to the place that I want to go. But yes, you can actually build a business without social media experience. So even though you may not know how to post now or lead a team now or create content now or how to use social media, Facebook now, through the repetitive actions, you will then eventually become what I call an expert. Here's one thing I really had to get over, which was the feeling that, what's it called? Imposter syndrome. That was something that I really had to get over. Imposter syndrome was really hard for me because I was like, I had to accept the fact that I'm making this into a career choice and that I am a professional in this industry. And just saying that made me feel like an imposter. Like, I'm not a professional. I'm not near where I want to be successfully. But that didn't matter because of all the experience I have gained through the 6+ years of being coached and coaching others and mentoring others to generate results in their business. And I'm nowhere near done. Like, I feel like I'm just barely getting started for the very first time. Because like I said, chains are finally off. No up and down kind of mindset and things holding me back. So it's like, okay, full force, let's go. But at the very beginning, it didn't feel that way, right? Imposter syndrome was really, really hard. And some of you may also be struggling with imposter syndrome when you feel like you're not the professional, but you want to show up as that professional. So you already got the experience. Be the professional that you are in the current knowledge that you have. So if you know how to post on social media, say, okay, I know how to post on social media. I'm a professional at this. I know how to generate leads. You're a professional lead generator. You have to really remove that imposter syndrome so you yourself can fly forward and take those chains off and start to say, okay, I can definitely do this, and I am doing this. I just have to trust myself just a little bit more and practice and practice and practice and practice and practice, and you will definitely build that business. But let me tell you something. When I first came on social media with the whole new stuff that was coming out, how to do reels, how to do what was it? TikTok, all those things, I was not very confident at all. As a matter of fact, I hate listening to my voice in recordings where I'm like listening to myself talk in a reel. I hate listening to myself talk. So one of the things I had to overcome was that uncomfortable feeling of listening to myself talk in a reel, because I was like, I do not like the way I sound. But as I had to get over it. So I did. I just kept practicing, kept listening to myself, which I'm going to share this with you. It's really cool. Kept listening to my videos and just kind of focusing on special improvements within my voice, the tone of my voice, the clarity of my voice, and really making sure I'm talking to the microphone and stuff like that. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about was when you are starting to build your business on social media, one of the things that I wanted to offer you guys was this little piece of advice. Go back and listen to yourself talk. And I know I just said I don't like listening to myself talk, but I did. I went back and I listened to myself talk, and I said to myself, hold on, that sounds good. That sounds okay. But this could sound better if I learn to slow down and I learn how to really listen to what I'm trying to say instead of just trying to say something. Does that make sense? So when I first came on here, I just didn't know what I was going to say or what I was going to talk about. And I just went on, and the conversation went everywhere because I was so more focused on making sure I attracted the viewers and was really loud and very, fun and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, that's all great. I can definitely do that, which I still love to do. But I was like, I really need to have a topic, and I need to know where I'm going with this conversation so that when I am doing a training, I am offering a training or some personal coaching advice to someone, that I know exactly what's actually coming out of my mouth. So I started to slow down and stop worrying so about how long my video is, or how short my video is, or how many viewers are watching, or who is not watching, who is watching. I stopped worrying about those things so much, and I focused on the words that I was saying, like the terminologies that I was using, because I come from the ghetto, okay? I have ghetto-ness in me. So sometimes my slang and my sass and attitude will come out in camera, and I'm just like, okay, I need to tone that down a little bit, right? I need to remember I am not in the hood anymore, and just kind of remove a lot of the slang and terminology that I was saying, like, for real, y'all, what's up, y'all? Well, no, I still say y'all, because yeah, I'm still have that texting in me, but I go, hey, y'all, it's your girl Sarah. And so it's your girl Sarah, that is still part of the hood. Okay, I need to make sure y'all understood that, right? I'm still showing that little part of me. But everything else is like trying to portray more professional, but yet still be that spunky personality of myself, and not being afraid to give it a little sass every now and then. Okay, but it's really learning how to listen to yourself talk, and how you are portraying your voice into the microphone so that everyone else can hear you clearly, and making sure that when you're coming live that you have a topic in mind. Those are the things that I had to work on throughout the years, and I still work on it. I still listen to myself talk more. I'm still able to say, okay, I need to improve in this, or I need to improve in that, but never do I come in here without expecting myself to have some sort of corrections towards myself, my posture, my mood, my presence, my energy, all those things. I do focus on all of those little tweaks that I do to make sure that I'm giving a really good live experience for people who are watching and listening and learning. So that is something I want to share with you guys, because at the beginning, I didn't know any of that stuff. I didn't know to listen to my videos. I didn't know to be careful what I was saying or how I was saying it. I didn't understand that I had a lot of sass. I know I did. Born and raised, right, with a lot of sass. But I also knew that that's not like all of the part of myself that I wanted to portray. I wanted to portray the sweet kind, the fun kind version of myself. So I learned how to tone things down. But all of that came with just like learning and growing and adapting to what social media is, and how to really change up the scene and stuff, right? So I just wanted to share this with you guys, because it's so important to know that when you first get started, it's completely normal to feel like you don't know what you're doing, or the fact that you're not getting the amount of results that you want at the beginning, but through your personal time and patience, that you're going to become really, really good at it. Like recently, I decided to take on some of the TikTok trends for dancing. But I'm like, I don't feel very confident dancing anymore like I used to. But I was like, well, the only way I can do it is if I just keep practicing. So I've been practicing on some of the TikTok dances, and doing Zumbas, and really moving my body again in ways that I haven't moved it in a while. Okay, these hips don't lie. So I was like, okay, so I've been practicing again, jumping in, and so I can use some of the TikTok dances to create content with that, to attract the viewers that I'm trying to attract on my social media platform. So guys, you don't have to know it. You don't have to be perfect at it. All that matters is you put in the effort and you try. Now, here's the biggest advice I can give you that I think will be super beneficial to you if you do want things to improve. Do not fear. Do not fear copying someone who is successful, doing exactly as they do, and creating it in your own win version on your personal page. And the reason I say that is because while you learn from them and you apply it to your page, you're then going to evolve from that. And now it's going to become your own version. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I'm doing, what I'm posting, what I'm saying. I know now, I understand. Like, I get it. And just keep learning from those people and keep applying yourself. And then eventually it'll be like, boom, this fire, this light was lit within you and around you. And then you will understand exactly how to improve your content, how to change your content, how to attract the right people, the right tribe, all these other things. So I just wanted to put that out there because I think it's super important. And I think it would help a lot of you go from just taking a little bit of action to your business to now taking it to a next level, and then not being afraid to create what someone else has built already and then making it your own. Guys, if someone's posting a picture where they're like super excited and stuff, and then they make a description like that, go take a picture of yourself doing the same thing and talk about whatever it is you're super excited about. So don't limit yourself to this little bubble of social media content where you're just going to post and go live, but you're not willing to try everything else, because all you're doing is limiting your personal growth and your growth experience. All right, guys, this is all I have for you. Thanks for tuning in. It's your girl, Sarah, your hashtag Level Up Boss, here to help you guys level up your business so you guys can generate growth and results. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on another live. Bye, y'all.